Welcome to JJ Sports Talk, the channel for the sports you love. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the James Harden trade that went down and how it's going to affect the teams that are involved, the players that are involved in the NBA. So let's get into it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to JJ Sports Talk, and we got some big news in the basketball realm. If you haven't seen it yet, James Harden has been traded, and I'm frankly, if you've been following basketball the last few weeks, James Harden has not been happy in his situation in Houston, and he wanted out, but no one really thought he was going to be traded. Neither did I. Didn't think he was, but a bombshell was dropped on us today, guys, and frankly, I'm shocked. But before I get into everything and the trade details, I have to start with my trivia question. So the trivia question is, where did Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden go to college at? They're all different schools, but that's the premise of the video, is those three guys mainly. So I'll give you that at the end of the video. But let's cut to the chase and get right into it with the trade. So I'll tell you my thoughts on each team after I tell who gets who. So the Nets obviously received James Harden. Biggest piece of the deal. Superstar, MVP. What else do you have to say about James Harden? He's one of the best players in the NBA. Obviously, he's looked kind of odd this year with his whole situation, and he looks like he's gained a little bit of weight. But I also don't think he's had the mentality of playing basketball this year. I think he's kind of been out of it a little bit. But maybe a change of scenery and a more competitive team could change that. So, we'll see what happens there. So, the Cavs received Jarrett Allen and Taurean Prince from the Nets. Two big pieces of their team. We'll get into that. And then another part is Karis LeVert go in a second rounder, go to the Pacers, and the Rockets receive a bulk of the trade. They receive Victor Oladipo, Dante Exum, Rodimus Kirkus, sorry if I said that wrong, 3 Brooklyn firsts, a Milwaukee first, and 4 Brooklyn first round swaps. So they're reaping the benefits of this. So let's go team by team, starting with, I want to start with the Pacers because they got the least amount. So it's my understanding that Karis LeVert was going to the Rockets, and then they traded him to the Pacers for Oladipo, which I think is a really good trade. LeVert's a great player. Don't get me wrong. The Pacers are getting a good player, and they're also getting a second rounder. I think that the Pacers are a good team, and adding LeVert will make them good, but they're also giving up Oladipo, which is a big part of their team. So I'm interested to see how that goes. The Pacers get LeVert, who's a great player. He'll fit in. I think he'll fit into that system pretty nicely, especially with. We'll see how he blends with Sabonis, because Oladipo had good chemistry with him. So there's the Pacers. The Cavs. I like this because they're a good young team. They get Jarrett Allen and Taurean Prince. Taurean Prince is a good role player, but Jarrett Allen's a solid center. I'm interested to see how he blends with Drummond, because Andre Drummond cannot shoot, and neither can Jarrett Allen, so they can't stretch the floor. They're both defensive based. So if they can find a good way to blend that, I like this trade for the Cavs. Because Prince will fit in nice, but I'm interested to see how they blend Allen and Drummond together. But that could work, because I like the they call it Sexland, but Colin Sexton and Garrett Garland, their two guards, are really good together. And then you throw in Okoro and all those young pieces they have. It really fits together nicely. That covers the Cavs. So now we can go to the Rockets. So I like the fact that the Rockets flipped LeVert for Oladipo. I think that he's going to fit in nice, because then you basically have the same roster, except take out Harden and put in Oladipo, which is obviously a downgrade because you're losing Harden, but you're gaining Oladipo. But you're also gaining a good, solid player in Oladipo. Exum and Kirkus are kind of throw-ins, but the picks. 3 Brooklyn first, a Milwaukee first, and 3 Brooklyn first round swaps. So obviously Brooklyn and Milwaukee are supposed to be pretty good teams. But in the Rockets' point of view, they're saying sometimes with super teams, there's two things that can happen. You're getting a dynasty, or you're getting a terrible combination. And this is a toss-up because you're getting Harden, Durant, and Irving, who are both all ball-dominant players, especially Kyrie and Harden, trying to blend together on the same team. It may work, it may not. I mean, they tried it with Harden and Westbrook, and it didn't really work. So, I think from the Rockets' point of view, it's actually good because they're saying, I mean, hey, if it works, then who really cares? But if it doesn't work, then we're reaping the benefits of it. And they get a good player to Oladipo from flipping LeVert for it. So I like that trade for them. Now, obviously, you're getting a James Harden, but you're getting a good piece in Oladipo back, and you're getting some picks, and if that doesn't work. So now let's address the biggest part of it. The Nets getting James Harden. So this will affect the entire NBA. You have James Harden, Irving, and Kevin Durant all on the same team. Then that's the next big three in the NBA, is what everyone's been saying. And it is. It's probably the best big three since the Warriors with Thompson, Durant, Curry. Would I say it's better? We haven't seen that because they haven't played. Technically, the deal isn't finalized, but it's probably going to go through because if you don't, then there's going to be a big fallout between all these teams. But I don't know how I'm going to see those two, Irving and Harden blend together, because Durant's shown that he can play with other ball-dominant players. Like, he's played with Curry. Curry likes to get his shots up, but so does Durant, and they blended together and won 2 championships. So I'm not worried about Durant with any of them. I'm worried about Harden and Irving because Irving's an odd guy. He likes to have the ball in his hands. That's why he wanted out of Cleveland, because he wanted the ball in his hands instead of in LeBron's hands. But the ball's not going to be in his hands. It's going to be in Durant or Harden's hands because those guys are playmakers. I'm not saying Irving's not a playmaker, but, I mean, there's other scoring options now. It's just going to be interesting. This team, I mean, they're going to be good. They're going to win games. You have 2 MVPs on one team and an MVP candidate in Kyrie Irving. You're going to be a good team. But I'm interested to see how it works for the long run if they're planning to keep this crew together for a while. Obviously, a big part of it, they don't have any center depth now. They have I forget his name, but I just watched the Knicks and Nets game, and they have a good young center, and they have DeAndre Jordan. That's it. Otherwise, they're not rocking a big center crew. They're gonna have to figure out some stuff, but I think if they do, they can be scary. So, obviously, you have to get Kyrie Irving back from his little absence he's taking right now. But I think if they can get that group gel together, it's gonna be scary. But otherwise, that's all I got for you guys. Obviously, huge news in the NBA world going on right now. But besides that, man, big news. I'm frankly shocked. I'm a Lakers fan, so obviously, I hope that the Lakers win the championship. But I mean, a Nets-Lakers finals with this team would be awesome. But that's hard. This obviously a long way away from now. But might as well tell you the trivia question now. So the trivia question was, where did Kyrie, KD, and Harden all go to college at? KD attended Texas, Kyrie attended Duke, and Harden attended Arizona State. So hopefully you guys got that right. But that's all I got for you guys today. Yep. Just want to tell you guys about that trade. But we'll see how it affects. If you're a Nets fan, you're probably loving this right now. If you're a Rockets fan, I'm sorry that you had to lose a player like James Harden. But that's all I really got for you guys today. Thank you for watching JJ Sports Talk. Goodbye.